So it's official. The clown show that was the 2023 New York Jets is set to board and come back in 2024 fully intact. Today, the Jets had the end of the year press conferences where people like Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh talked to the media. And basically, what was said was they are running back the exact same group as they did this year. As this past season, Keith Carter, Todd Downing, everyone's coming back. I think we all knew that Hackett was coming back, but assumed that maybe Carter and or Downing would not return, and they would look elsewhere to fill that position. But that is not the case. Everyone is coming back. This big happy family is set to come back in 2023. Robert Saleh even went as far as to say Keith Carter did a really nice job this year, and like all of us, there will be things he needs to improve on. And went on to note that some of the reasons for struggles include first-year system, an alarming amount of injuries. But he did include that he got better as the year went on. So let me hit on a couple things there. So he did a really good job, but then says there were struggles. Some of those struggles was because of the new system in place. Well, Todd Downing is not a new offensive line coach. He's not there to teach the offense. He's not there to help run the offense. He's there to coach up the offensive linemen, which he has done pretty successfully for the 5 years or so he was in Tennessee. So I'm not really sure if it's the system that is so difficult that Todd Downing doesn't know how to coach it, Keith Carter knows how to coach it, or Keith Carter just is incapable of coaching up offensive linemen. Because like I said, you're not teaching the offense, you're not coaching the offense, you're coaching the blocking schemes for that offense. And again, he is not a new first-time offensive line coach. He has been in the league for a few years now. And the fact that he got better as the season went along, I'm old enough to remember that the past few games, besides this last one, of course, the last game, there were no penalties, right? This team actually does what they're supposed to. Crazy. But before that, there were double-digit penalties for how many games this season. Again, like I said in my past videos, this offensive line especially just looked like they had no idea what to do. Out of place, out of position, blocking the wrong people, not picking up stunts, just completely missing blocks. That's on coaching, and you couldn't figure it out until week 18 of the season. You know, it's not like you're bringing guys in off the street every week. You know, for the most part, there were the guys that you had all season, all training camp, all OTAs on your practice squad that you were supposedly teaching this offensive line blocking schemes to. But, you know, he did a great job. Todd Downing too. So, you know, since this offensive coaching staff just did such a great job, let's talk about some numbers that might reflect that, to show how good this offensive staff did. So, and a lot of this also reflects, in large part to Keith Carter as well. Like this one, rushing yards per game. The Jets are 22nd with 96.9 yards per game and only 7 touchdowns. Passing yards game. They were even worse. Passing yards per game, they were even worse, ranked 30th with 171.7 yards per game and 11 touchdowns in total. Their scoring offense, which must be really, really amazing since, everyone's coming back. Why would you, this staff is amazing. Why would you not bring anybody back? Was 29th with 15.8 points per game and 22 total touchdowns. The third down offense efficiency is Nate Hackett's game, right? Talking about the gold zone and all this other stuff. Well, the third down offense was extremely creative, as we saw throughout the season. Ranked 32nd with only a 26% conversion rate. The next closest is the Giants at 30.2, so a full almost 7 points. percentage points higher than the New York Jets. Their red zone or gold zone offense, which was particularly outstanding and creative and fun to watch, they ranked 32nd, as we all know, with a scoring percentage of only 32.4% of the time. Scoring of the time. The next closest was again the Giants at 44.2. So an offense that was actually ranked worse than us scored more often when they were in the red zone or gold zone. Maybe they scored more because it was the red zone. They didn't have the gold zone. I don't know. The percentage of drives ending in an offensive score, 26%, with the league average being 31.8. Outstanding there. Outstanding. I'm really seeing why they wanted to bring everybody back. The percentage of drives ending in an offensive turnover was 13.9, with the league average of being 11.8, which doesn't make sense because this offense was so good. That's why everyone's coming back. The completed air yards per attempt, which was the air yards on completed passes per pass attempt. So basically how far the ball went in through the air before it was caught. And what I did was I averaged the three numbers from the three different quarterbacks. Between the three quarterbacks, it equaled 2.3 yards in the air before it was caught. Outstanding. This one definitely reflects on Keith Carter, solely on Keith Carter. The run block win rate, was 31st with 68%. The pass block win rate was much better. Just kidding. We were ranked 29th with 50%. Really outstanding stuff here, even with all the injuries. You can see here that Keith Carter's just coaching these guys up to success. Amazing. Here are some other numbers that should really get you excited on this dynamic offense. So Greg Zuerlein scored 120 points for the Jets this year, which is extra points and then just field goal attempts. But there's a caveat. It was more than a combined points of 118 from Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Xavier Gibson, Randall Cobb, Allen Lazard, Nick Bowden, Jason Brownlee, and C.J. Uzomah. Real dynamic stuff there. You can see how that the gold zone and third down percentage, that really translates to this. So let's talk about penalties. Obviously, if the Jets can't score, they can't move the ball. They're probably very efficient at penalties, right? Especially on the offense, why everyone's coming back. The offense counted for 65 penalties for 473 total yards throughout the season. Amazing. I mean, look, I need Saleh, Woody, Douglas, whoever, someone to come out and explain to fans, explain to the media how this staff is coming back, why they are justified for coming back. And I'm not just looking for, Aaron Rodgers coming back. I need a legit reason, a hardcore, evidential reason why this offensive staff is coming back. Like I said, we all expected Hackett to come back. That's Rodgers' best friend. They're not going to let him go. But Keith Carter, Todd Downing, they obviously don't. The passing game is not very dynamic if it's only 2.3 yards in the air before being caught. And the win rates are absolutely atrocious. So I just need someone to come out and articulate why this is being allowed, why this is coming back. You now have Garrett Wilson, who came out and said, I'm not sure what my future looks like. Standing on the sideline, other offenses don't look that difficult. Don't make it look that difficult. Yeah, players like Allen Lazard coming out early in the season saying we were out-coached, out-hustled, out whatever else. You have players coming out now speaking out against this offensive staff, about this offensive scheme. It does not work. If the only thing to make it work would probably be Rodgers, and even that you have a year, maybe two of them. So it doesn't work. So fix the issues now, because now you are having these young players, these young core pieces coming out and speaking out against this offensive staff and this offensive scheme. You were going to lose these players. You were going to lose them. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, even defensive players, Sauce Gardner, JJ, Jermaine Johnson. You were going to lose these players. They will not want to resign here, and then you would have wasted the 4 years, maybe 5, it depends if you tag whatever else, that you had with these players. You are going to waste it. And if they don't want to make changes, if Woody Johnson wants to sit on his hands, then I need him to sell the team. Just sell the team and stick to baby powder. Because this year there can't be any rah-rah, speeches, slogans, one Jets drive. There shouldn't be any of that. This team needs to produce. I don't need to hear about crows and eagles, and if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. All that garbage needs to be put to the side. Woody Johnson needs to buckle down. He needs to sit all these people down, the personnel, everything, the management, coaches, everything, and come out and tell this team that there is a mandate to win. There is a mandate to get into the playoffs, and there is a mandate to win a playoff game, because we can't do this anymore. This is lunacy. This is a freak show. It's a circus show. No other team runs like this. No other team accepts failure the way the Jets do. And I really do think that this is a lot have to do with Woody Johnson, because if you think about it, guys like Joe Douglas, guys like Rob Saleh, even guys like Hackett have come from successful organizations. They understand what it takes to win. They understand what winning is. And there's no way they look around this team, this organization, and say, yep, this is how you win. This is what winning organizations look like. So I need Woody to get off his hands, put out mandates, and make changes, because we can't do this again. Because guess what? If Rodgers goes down again, season's over. Season's over again, because this offense cannot operate. It cannot function. It is the numbers I just read off to you are non-functional numbers in the NFL, in an offensive league this year. It can't happen. That's all I got. I'll put the links to where I got the numbers and everything from in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe. Till then, later.